So me and my partner were swingers. We went to the sex club like bi-weekly.
Okay.
And we barely even knew the people we fucked. Like we would go to the club and be like, did we fuck you before? No, like we literally didn't know. Like so that was kind of our relationship.
It's dark in there.
Welcome back to another episode of Girls Gotta Eat.
Welcome back.
It's soup season. You guys, it's like when Ashley gets to announce cancer season, but it's soup season.
Why? What's the date? Why are you saying this?
Because I was tagged in the same meme yesterday.
Probably first day of fall.
I know. It's soup season. The memes are all over the place. You guys are tagging me. I got it, guys.
Hold on. Let me just first day of fall 2021.
September 21st.
Well, it says Wednesday. I mean, it's every year. It's this week. It's the first week of fall.
It's soup season, guys.
I'm validating you.
Butternut squash, clam chowder. We made it, fam. It's here.
Wait, hold on. We always do this in the intros. I do have a tweet for you since you don't look at our tweets. I have to screenshot tweets to Rayna like she's like a parent. And I'm like, Mom, look what people are saying about you on the internet. Okay, found it. We have a tweet. This was on September 3rd. She says, forget pumpkin spice. It's soup season. Call me Rayna because I'm so hyped. You've got potato soup, chicken noodle soup, French onion soup, chicken tortilla soup, cheesy broccoli soup, Italian wedding soup, tomato soup. So many soups, so little time. Happy soup season at Girls Gotta Eat.
Oh my God, I love her.
I feel like someone clapped back.
Someone clapped back at her?
Someone goes, taco soup. And she goes, I only had a limited amount of characters to work with. Chill, LMAO.
Get her, girl. Get her. Hear me out. I would fuck with taco soup. That sounds delicious.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, also, hold on a second.
Tortilla.
She said chicken
tortilla soup.
Yeah, but she said chicken tortilla soup. I would have clapped back and be like, that's what I meant by chicken tortilla, bitch. Chill, LMAO.
We see you. Chill, LMAO is so funny.
Our Twitter is like one of my favorite places. It's almost always, someone's going to go ruin it now, but it's almost always nice and positive and just, it's really funny. Like Twitter is like such a great place for like, you know, tight little jokes, and people say the sweetest stuff to us on Twitter. So thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Girls_gotta eat.
I'm so happy, guys. We made it soup season.
Okay, listen, we need to recap some stuff from the tour. We know some of you literally don't care, but I think you should care because really fun stuff. I have some incredible DMs to read. I want to talk about what's been going on at these shows. They were all so incredible and just really talk through them. And even if you weren't there, even if you're never planning on coming to a Girls Gotta Eat show, I think you're still going to enjoy this conversation.
You are going to, and you should plan on it. We'll see you guys in Austin this week.
Yes.
We're so excited to come down to Moon Tower Comedy Festival. We have 2 shows Saturday night. It's going to be so lit. The shows are unbelievable. I cannot say it enough. We have the funniest, craziest, wildest shows I have ever seen. I love them. I love being a part of them.
Oh, they're incredible. And we have an incredible opening act for Austin. I didn't know if we were going to find it, but we did. And it's going to be such a good energy. Like, you know, everybody's going to be in Austin. It's just going to be so fun to be there.
Yes. And we'll just get that out of the way. So go to girlsgotteatpodcast.com. You can buy tickets there. And then also for the next run of shows, we have Minneapolis and Phoenix, a couple of tickets left. If you guys have questions about vax requirements, they're all on our website, so you can check those out there. Last thing, if you're coming to the shows, send us your craziest dating, sex, relationship stories at girlsgotteatpodcast.com. Just let us know what show you're coming to in the subject line.
Yes. Okay, a couple things I just want to talk about. Our shows.
We did 4 shows in 4 cities in 4 days.
Yes. It was incredible. Charlotte, was wild as always. We had the Hunks from Hunkamania open the show. Raleigh, that show was wild. It started kind of tame and I was like, are these bitches going to get crazy? Well, we had one girl. She was lit from the beginning. Someone saw her rolling around in the street at the end of the night. Hope you're okay, girl. You know who you are. And then, but it took a turn. It got so crazy. That was one of the most unexpected things happen at that show. It was nuts.
Our favorite thing is like the one-off stuff you guys do. Your stories like make the show. The props you bring make the show. You know.
Charleston, incredible. We had these dancers open from Dance Lab in Charleston. You can take classes at Dance Lab. They're also great. Obviously, female founded. Really great stuff. They have a dance group called the Bad Girls Club. They were just like so fun, so hot, so sexy. The opening performance was incredible, and also the Charleston show was unreal. The stuff that happened at that show was like one of my most fun times I've had with you on stage. Shit went crazy. I got choked on stage.
You did. I mean, listen, guys, I fucked a staff member a few years ago and we talked about it. So you never know what's going to happen in shows and what we might reveal. But the people there were really in for a treat in Charleston.
Yeah. And then like you guys tell us the tea for after the show. Like 2 people from the show that were sort of part of the show hooked up after the show. Like a girl and a guy, they met at the show and then they fucked. And then she DM'd me. Like it's just wild. Like the tea I wake up to the day after the show is just some of the best parts.
It's all the 107 stuff is my favorite. It's not just like a comedy show and it's not just like a live podcast. It's like you guys make the show. So bring your craziest stories and we'll incorporate it.
Yeah.
Sex.
And then Atlanta sext, bring your sexts. I hate that word. It's like, I struggle with it. Like it's fucking Szechuan. Atlanta, it was just my dream to play the Tabernacle and just pretty much sold out. It felt sold out. So it was sold out and it was an absolute dream. We ended the tour there. I mean, I'm like going to cry thinking about it. It was a perfect show, start to finish. Everything hit. We had our incredible dancers from Vertical Joe's. They're pole performers. And then they collabed with this choreographer named Callan and he brought in these other dancers. And we had these 5 incredible women that were just so sexy. 2 of them on the pole. We had amazing mashup music. It was like the house was just like rocking, like to start. People were just like up out of their seats. It was absolutely wild. I'm obsessed with them. Second time working with them. Vertical Joe's. You guys can go there in Atlanta and learn to pole dance. We've got to make time to go.
Yeah, we had like 3 minutes to teach me how to like work the pole a little bit backstage. They were really, I am hard to work with because I don't know how to move my body. And they were really trying. They did their best.
So wonderful. So always check them out, Vertical Joe's Fitness. And then last thing I just wanted to plug, I just wanted to talk about some of the hotels we stayed in because we love them so much. And you guys always ask us where to stay. We always stay at the Bella Grace in Charleston. Loved it, of course. The best candle in the world. There is no better candle. I ordered some other candles. I'm not from a brand that's going to remain nameless. And I threw them in the trash after one burning. I am only getting the Bella Grace candle. Buy it for yourself. Buy it for all your friends. There was no better smell. I walked in the lobby, started crying.
We were on our way out in the morning and Bella and I were like going to the car and I was like, Ashley's going to need to get a candle before we go. She's like, you ready to go? I was like, Ashley needs the candle. The location couldn't be better.
Oh my gosh.
Rooms couldn't be better. It is like a really like romantic hotel. It's great for a girls trip. One time we stayed in one of the giant suites, really fun for a bunch of people. Cannot stress location couldn't be any better. Yeah, we just love it. Bella Grace hotels, the smells.
And then I just have to hype this. So we stayed at the Bell Yard in Atlanta. I might not have moved away if that hotel would have been there when I lived there. We like worked there, we ate there, we partied there afterwards. They have this beautiful rooftop terrace. I would have been hanging out there all the time. I am only staying there from here on out. They have 2 Pelotons. Like 2. I mean, that's the richest hotel. And it's affordable, but like West Midtown, great area. I have to plug them. I was like, this is my favorite hotel. One of my favorite hotels I've ever stayed in. My favorite hotel I've ever been in Atlanta. And I've been in a number of hotels in Atlanta.
Food hit so hard. We loved the food. The waitresses were so wonderful that waited on us. And it's just like, I look at hotels today and I'm like, why is everything so dusty all the time and not modern? You have this gross carpet. And like, what I want is like a bright hotel with a great workspace. My friends can come. We can drink outside. They said that they're busy at night, 7 nights a week. The outdoor area is so nice and beautiful. It's just, that's exactly how I want to stay.
Yes. It's like sexy. Like, and some people it's new. Some people don't know about it. Like we had all my friends from Atlanta come back who are now your friends, but more my friends.
They're more
come back afterwards and they gave us like a great space out on this like rooftop terrace, like a kind of a big couch area. Like that's all I ever want is just the kind of like lounge with your friends. You're outside, you're looking at the skyline. Like, and a lot of them hadn't been there and they were like, oh, I've been meaning to come there. And now this is such a good chance to come there. So anyway, those are all of our thank yous. But you guys always ask us where to stay. And like people ask me for Atlanta Rex all the time. And like, you guys should stay there.
Yes. We loved it. You will not be disappointed. And then you wonderful people that came to all the shows, women and men this time. Tons of you brought your boyfriends, your husbands, friends, and people come solo all the time. They make friends. I just can't say enough about every single time we do shows, how amazed I am by you guys and how funny you are and wild and crazy. So you guys are the only reason why Ashley and I do something so crazy, like go to 4 cities to do 4 shows in 4 days. It's just so that we can laugh with you guys and you fucking made it worth it. So thank you. The shows keep getting better. We keep getting better. I can't wait to do more.
They're incredible. Well, I love that you said boyfriends because I do need to read you this DM I got. Okay. So this girl DM me from Atlanta, from the Atlanta show. She says, I brought my boyfriend to the ATL show this past weekend. First of all, we both were dying of laughter and loved it, but thought I had to share that when the dancers came on and everyone was literally losing their minds, I've never seen his eyes so wide. He goes, "Where do girls hide this wild side?" You get guys together and they become stupid, and you get girls together and they are so wild. Anyway, he loved it and wants an update about the Tinder cop. What if you were there? If you know, you know. That's so funny because our shows are the crowd's like screaming and laughing from start to finish. Like the energy is so hot. Like I feel like, 1,400 screaming, excited, hot women. Like guys are like, what the fuck?
And we sent our friend Neil ready.
Neil.
I mean, he's more your friend than my friend. He is so great. He's a comic, and he was so wonderful. And he went out to the crowd of all the women, and they were just like, I don't know, it's just making me laugh watching him interact with you guys.
I know.
But it is just like wild and crazy. We love when boyfriends come, and there's no way you guys aren't going home and fucking after this.
100%. And then one more. Can I just read you this one more?
I got time.
Okay, sorry. Okay. This girl from Atlanta, I've DM'd with her a couple times. She's really great. She says, "This was the best night ever. I love you ladies to pieces. The community you've created by just being yourselves is so dope. We made so many friends in just one night at the Tabernacle," which people like make friends all the time. It says, "Also in the event nobody told you, the bartender on the second level was shooting his shot like no other. Mr. Man Bun knew the assignment and followed through." And then she says, "He also was personally apologizing to ladies in the bathroom line after the show because we drank all of the rosé in the venue."
Go off, girl.
He's definitely a new male listener.
Oh, I love him.
So much happening there. New friends, bartender shooting a shot. They drank all the rosé in the Tabernacle.
Yeah, also, honestly, come fuck the staff at these places, okay? Get in there.
I can't recommend it enough.
I specifically cannot recommend it enough. Oh, that's so sweet.
Okay, wow, that was a lot to say, but
Well, we literally do care, and we appreciate you coming.
yes, we just love you guys. And people ask if they should come alone. I can't guarantee you'll make friends. I don't know how you are in public, but like if you, most people, you know what I mean? I can't say I guarantee you'll make friends because what if they're like, I didn't, you lied. People always ask if they should come alone, and like you absolutely should. The women at our shows are there to support other women. Tell them you're alone. They will welcome you into their group. Most likely. That's the energy. That's the vibe. I've never met a woman at our shows that seemed like she was snobby or not inclusive in the least.
We actually, and I wish I had it handy and I don't, but from the Charlotte show, this girl wrote us and said that she reconnected with like a best friend of hers she hadn't talked to in 5 years, and that they went out for the first time solo in 5 years after our show, had drinks, took shots, had the best night, and they just like realized how much they missed each other. What? I know, isn't that so special?
Oh my God.
You're gonna laugh later when I tell you who it was.
Oh.
It was one of the girls who came up to the stage to tell us a story.
Okay.
I'll tell you later, but just fucking come, guys. It'll be great. We'll see you there.
That vibrator girl?
Yep.
Okay. Well, you have a story, and listen, I do know it, but the listeners need to know this.
I just feel like everybody that like lives with a man probably can like relate to this. So I flew home a day early. I went to this very cool show at Madison Square Garden. It was a 9/11 tribute hosted by Pete Davidson. It was really, really a lot of fun and cool. It was like 20 comics. It was amazing. So Kane is staying with me while he looks for a place in New York. And I came home and I pull in my suitcase. I like walked in the door and he hugs me. And as I'm hugging him, I see this gigantic bouquet. That's the first thing I see of yellow and purple flowers.
Lakers flowers.
Yeah.
Baltimore Ravens flowers.
Or just like
What
royal.
is the color combo?
I don't listen.
Little baby's breath in there.
I
Listen.
don't understand where
Okay.
it came from, but it's the first thing I saw. If you guys know anything about me, you know that my apartment is immaculately curated. It's perfect. Every single piece is there on purpose. All the colors are on point, and I'm
very intentional.
I'm trying to see around his body like what base he's used, and I realized he threw away this really important sentimental thing to use the vase. In this vase, I have two bouquets of flowers. It's two dried bouquets of flowers. One is from my friend Lindsay from a couple years ago. It was a gift for staying at my place. They happened to dry out and they looked really beautiful. And then a year later, on my birthday, you surprised me in New York towards the end of like quarantine COVID.
Wait, they're those flowers? You said like flowers from you and Lindsay, and I was like, what? I don't remember. And I didn't realize they were like those special flowers.
Yeah, so on my birthday in New York, I didn't think I was going to see
you're on notice. Kane is on notice so hard.
Ashley surprised me on my birthday in New York during like COVID quarantine to just like be here for my birthday. We hadn't been together in 3 months. She brought me these flowers. I put it in the vase. I dried them out. So it's those 2 bouquets of flowers. And I'm trying to like see around the apartment, like, did he put it somewhere else? I'm like, don't get mad. He was trying to do something nice. Don't like lose your mind. And I was like, you got me flowers. Thank you so much. And I was like, did you happen to like put the dried ones somewhere? And he goes, they were dead.
I feel like so much secondhand rage.
I know. Because in your mind, listen, I'm just like trying to be cool. I was just like, don't shame a person for trying to do something nice. But like they threw something away in your apartment that like, it wasn't just like a dead plant. You know, it was like there's 4 vases all in like a little group and they're all dried flowers.
Yeah, it's decor. Like it's also like they're not dead, they're dried. I mean, yes, technically they're dead, but like dried flowers are decor, dude. Like also it is so hard to get those flowers to dry perfectly. Like I wanted to save all the flowers that people got me when Dewey died. And like I tried to dry them out. I was hanging them, like only half of them even worked. And I kind of had to like pick the bulbs off and put them in like a little thing, whatever. When flowers just naturally die and they dry themselves like in a vase, it's a rare occasion.
I know this is really
You're supposed to hang them upside down in a dark room. Like it's hard to do.
They're my Ashley COVID flowers. I don't know if anybody can relate. DM me, tell me your stories. But I was just like, he tried to do something nice. Do not shame this person. Do not yell at him and get mad. But like, I was like, if I had like a dog that died and I was using an urn for ashes, would you dump that out too to use a vase? Also, there are other vases in my apartment.
I cannot. I mean, I said to you, speaking of dead dogs, I said to you, if I got like, I was on the plane when I got this and I was like laughing, but I was also getting so hot thinking about some dusty dude that I'm fucking throwing out my dead Dewey flowers. I can't even think about it. Like the thought of him being like, but they were dead. Like I'm wringing his neck.
It was crazy. So he threw that away. And they're still there, just taunting me. I can't get rid of them. I'm like waiting for them to die so I can throw them out and get new flowers.
They're just like a Kobe Bryant memorial. like why are they yellow and purple? I can't. I'm sorry, Kane, if you're listening. You deserve this roast.
I know. And then you have no recourse because like I have a trash chute in my building. I live in a building that is 18 stories. So there's just one trash chute. You stick it down there, it's incinerated. So there's like no getting it back. So you have to buy me more flowers, but
we need another quarantine.
Yeah, it's been an adjustment. People throwing my things away. It's been not running an appropriate amount of water into the dishes. Like how many times
now we're gonna
too many times to ask a person. No, he's wonderful. Otherwise, I appreciate the gesture. I was trying to not like freak out too bad because I do appreciate that somebody would want to get me flowers. Just ask.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of layers to that mistake. But anyway, I have a story that I've been wanting to share.
Okay,
you know this. This is more telling the listeners.
Oh,
but,
okay.
This happened. This is okay. I'll tell you guys, this was the weekend before Labor Day. So not too long ago, a couple weeks ago at this point, still a fresh story. Just haven't told it. I kind of wanted to see how it was going to shake out before telling it. And then I was like, are we going to tell it at the shows? We didn't, whatever. So here is first time for everybody to hear. So this was the Thursday, like a week before Labor Day, not like the Thursday before Labor Day, but you know what I mean? The weekend before. And I had a show at the Stand, obviously. And it was like a comedy girlfriend. We're not close, but I mean, we're cool. I don't know her that well, but she runs the show. She's great. And I did her show and I'm on stage and I don't know. I said something about like spitting in my mouth, something funny. And this guy kind of like he made a face, like not a like grossed out face, like a kind of a like intrigued face. And I was like, what's up with you? And because I will just talk to any good looking guy in the audience these days. I've been doing a lot more crowd work. I don't give a fuck. You're sitting up front. This is what you're going to get.
Ashley and I love crowd work.
Yeah. So, I know I've learned from Rayna. So I just am like, all right, I have the tape of it. I'll put it on my Instagram at some point, probably this week to coincide with this episode. But I have the receipts of this. I have the tape. And I was like, oh, what's up? Are you single? And he was like, yeah. I was like, are you straight? He was like, yeah. I was like, your voice is nice. Like it was people like are losing their minds for this. And then it just got like more and more. Like I was like, now I'm just going to abandon the rest of my set and like hone in on this. And I was just like, how tall are you? 6'3". What? Then I realized he's drinking a martini. I'm like, what is going
At a
on?
comedy club. I don't know this stuff, guys. Actually, this is very exciting for
and
me.
I'm like, are you drinking a martini? And then I was like, do you live here in New York? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I kind of like, you'll see it on the tape. I like wipe my eyes a little. I'm like, why am I emotional? And then I was like, you guys are watching me meet my husband in real time. Like the audience is going nuts at this point. Like you live for these moments. And I'm like, he was like, I live here. I was like, is this a plant? Like, how did this happen? And I was like, I said to the audience, I was like, did you guys watch The Bachelorette when Claire met Dale? And she was like, I think I just met my husband. Like, I do all this on
can't
stage.
believe you remembered this. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched the tape now back, but
no, I can't believe you remember the Claire and Dale thing. I totally forgot.
No, I mean, everybody knows that line if you watch the show where she was like, I think I just met my husband. Like, so, and then the final question, I was like, how old are you? And he's young, like he was like 26. I was like, you're a little old for me. And like they got this huge laugh and I just like exited the stage. I was like on such a high. So I didn't think anything else of it. Like I couldn't really see him, the lights are in your face. Again, like I played that up for the crowd. I mean, yeah, I'm down, but like he's young and it's whatever. So I really wasn't like sitting pining for this guy. We had the best night out the stand. All the guys were there. Dylan, Osama, Francis, Julio. We were just having such a fun
I was
hang.
very upset.
Yeah, you were missed.
I was having a bad day that day.
So after the show, I had some friends at the show, Allison, Rob's wife, who we love, and then my another friend, Ashley, came to the show just to like come have a girls' night, support me, whatever. And they walk out after the show. Now it's like, 10:30, 11 o'clock. And they just like plop this guy down in front of me. And they're like, here he is. And I was like, what? And they were like, we told him to come with us and meet you. And I was like, thanks.
That's how he found you guys. I don't know this.
Oh, you don't know any of this?
I don't know any of this.
Oh
You
my
saved
God.
a lot of this for me.
I feel
because you were gonna like show me the video. So that's what we were waiting
you're right.
for.
You don't even know the story. This is so crazy. And I think the next day we were like super busy, whatever. So Ashley and Allison are like, here's that guy. And I was like, thanks. He's really cute. So he sits down, they stay for a minute so it's not too awkward. The guys had left by this point. So they like, wait around 5-10 minutes to make it like not too awkward. And then they leave. And I was like, I'm not getting cues that he's trying to leave. He's trying to hang out with me. Right. Like he was like into it. He was alone. Like he came alone, so he's like being kind of flirty. And I was like, I don't know. He's like he's coming across a little bro-y. He's a little, seems young, he's young. He's very young.
26-year-old New York bro.
So yeah, like a hot New York guy with like a nice watch. So, I was like, this guy's a douchebag, whatever. Whatever. So then we just start like talking, and earlier in the night, it's whatever. I had ordered a pizza and then someone cleared it too early and I didn't get to finish my pizza. It's not their fault. The stand's amazing. Always go there and support them.
And the pizza's amazing.
The pizza's amazing. So I was upset. Someone had cleared my pizza. I'd had like half a slice and I had to go do my set. So I was starving and I was like, I'm realizing this guy's like trying to hang with me. He's like touching my leg a little bit. I'm like, all right, I'm down. So I was like, it's like 11 o'clock. I was like, do you want to go grab a slice? And he was like, yeah, or we could like go to dinner. I was like, what? And I was like, okay, like sit down.
Wait, what time is this?
11.
Okay, great.
So he's like, well, maybe we could go to Little Frankie's. And he was like, they're open late. I'm like, all right. So
he has like great taste. If you guys don't know what that place is, like that's an awesome date place.
Yeah.
That's like a third date kind of place.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go to the bathroom because I like to also like test guys a little bit, see if they can take control. I was like, I'm going to run to the bathroom and why don't you figure out where we're going to go and give him a second to like look on his phone, maybe if he says make a call, whatever. And so I get out of the bathroom and he's like, let's go. Little Frankie serves dinner till 2 a.m., which is just iconic. Full dinner.
I love it there. It's amazing. I went after a movie the other night. Okay.
Yeah. Cash only. And who knows what they're doing in there. But anyway, it's amazing. And so we walk. I feel like we walked kind of a long way. I feel like he was like wanting to walk and talk with me. And like as we're walking and talking, I was like kind of starting to like him a little more. I feel like he came across like smart and cool. And I was like, he's hot, he's tall. I was like vibing. And we go to Lil Frankie's. I say him Lil, but it is Lil. It's not Little. It's like Lil Wayne. So we go, we sit in the back. We have, we share pizza, gnocchi, a bottle of wine. We're like having a date. It's midnight.
This is my favorite New York story.
We're like having a date. I'm like really enjoying the conversation. I mean, at this point, we've had some drinks, like we're pretty loose, but like we had a really nice date. You know what I mean?
It's a wild story.
Yeah. So then we're walking home and I mean, now it's like 2 a.m. I was like, what do you want to do? Like, you want to hang? You want to, like, we talked about dogs. I was like, you're welcome to come in and meet the dog. Like, I definitely wasn't giving off like, let's fuck vibes, but like we were touchy, we were flirty. So he was like, I just want to hang out with you. Like, I've been having a great time, like getting to know you. I'm not going to like try to like make a move on you. I just want to like keep hanging out, meet your dog, whatever. So I'm like, okay. So we come in and everything. And we like I was like, I'm not going to sleep with this guy as much as I may want to, you know me. I'm just kind of like, I don't know that if I'm ever going to see you again. Like, I don't even know your last name at this point. And we make out, everything's like really good. Like, it's a good kiss, or everything's like hot, sexy, whatever. And then it was like getting late and we weren't going to fuck, you know? So he was 100%. Like, well, he was like, I'm going to like get going. And he was like, I'd love to hang out this week. Can I get your number? And I'm chill. I'm not like, yes, and then call me so I have your number. Like, I don't care. Like, if you don't want to talk to me, then you know, you're not into it. If you're not into me, I'm not into you. So I put my number in his phone. I think I got it right. You know, like at this point, it's 3 a.m. We've been drinking. I put my number in his phone and it's like sent him on his way. And that was that. And I never heard from him. And I literally am like, did I dream this? Like, I'm glad I have the tape because I'm like,
we were joking. We were like, if there was no tape, like we would be like, did you imagine that?
I was like, did I literally imagine this? And I just never asked his last name. I know a lot about him. Like, I know a lot. We talked a lot. I could tell you things, but not his last name. I don't remember where he works. I'm not also trying to stalk this guy. I think it's interesting because it happens to me very rarely, but it does happen that you hook up with somebody or you go on a date with somebody, you never hear from them again. And we do that too. You know, you're not into somebody, you're not into it. You're like, oh, I was kind of drunk. I don't think they're that hot, or I don't think they're that cool. And I get it. And I'm fine with it. Some people aren't going to like you. You're not going to like some people. It happens. Even if you felt like you had a good time, but I did not see that coming because I felt like we were vibing. Like,
you know why I did not see it coming? Because, okay, in the East Village, if you know it or you don't, it's hundreds, I'm not exaggerating, hundreds of fast casual, grab a slice, grab some noodles, grab some dumplings, grab whatever. He took you to a nice restaurant that's far from where you guys were at. It's a solid 16 blocks and a few avenues.
Yeah.
So he took you to like a, I'm going to see you again restaurant.
Well, and he paid $150 in cash. Like, I usually have cash on me, but I didn't. And I was not planning for him to pay, but like, we got the bill. I mean, it's $150. Like, I almost always have cash from doing stand up and I just didn't. And so he was like, no, I got it. And I had mentioned Ozatar earlier in the night. Like, that's our favorite place. Like, it came up and he was like, you got to take me to Ozatar. You'll get me back when we go to Ozatar. Like, I don't understand it. Like, he could have a girlfriend. He could have woken up and be like, I don't think she's hot. She's too old. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that out of insecurity. I'm a realist and I get it. But like, I didn't see that coming, if I'm being honest.
We were trying to hypothesize like what could have happened here. Cause like, it doesn't also, yeah, he could have had a girlfriend, but I just feel like that's like a bold move. If you have a girlfriend to like go again, it's just the restaurant. I can't stop thinking about it. You could have gotten a slice of pizza at 300
and then tried to fuck me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you could have walked around to hundreds of taco shops, bars, anywhere. You went to a sit down cash only restaurant.
Yes. Like, you could have been like, let's go get another drink at some dive bar and then I'll try to fuck this girl. I don't understand it. Like, I didn't even feel like, when we were like making out, hooking up, I felt like, yeah, we're both like turned on, wanna fuck, right? Like, you're hard, I'm turned on, like whatever, but like, wasn't even a pressury, like, gonna try to fuck you before I leave. It was like, I want to see you again. I'm telling you, it was bizarre.
I'm fascinated by it. If you like had not filmed it, I would be like, did you dream this thing?
Yeah.
Azul told me that it happened though. I'm so shook by this. And I assume that he could like find you on Instagram if he needed to.
That's the thing. So, I've shared the story with just like a couple people because I love the story. I've never like done crowd work and ended up on a date and stand up. Like, it's rare that a hot guy shows up alone and wants to come.
Takes you on a $200 date and then respects you. I can't get over this.
It was so weird because like, I just, it's a little, the end of the night's a little fuzzy. Like, again, I had some drinks at the show and then another wine, like tons of wine. So here's the thing. What I was going to say before, let me back up, was that like 100% I'm so easy to find. You know what I mean? Even if I remember putting my first and last name in his phone. So you have my full name, you know where I perform. Like, if this guy wanted to find me, he would absolutely find me. I guess there is a tiny chance I put my number in wrong. It happens. I've set my number wrong on Hinge. You just go quick. And he was like, A, this girl gave me a wrong number, or B, I texted her and she didn't respond.
Right.
I just don't think that's it. I just think he's not into it. It's fine. It happens to the best of us. But I think it's a funny story to share. And if I'm being honest, I did not read that situation correctly, because I did think that like we had a good vibe, and it wasn't, you know me, I'm not like, I want to be your girlfriend. Like I was just like, we should hang because this was a fun night.
I mean, there's nothing to like misread. He took you to like a fun dinner. You guys hung out. You had a good time. You hooked up. It's hard for me to sort of figure out what happened. Like my only hypothesis, it feels unrealistic. My only hypothesis would be is that there's a girl who's not his full-blown girlfriend. There's just another girl who's like a notch above a stranger he met tonight that he had fun with. And like, that's who he has to prioritize, I guess.
Yeah. I'm not pressed about it. It's just, I wanted to share on the podcast. I think it's funny that we were like, did you dream this?
I think it's a wild story. I can't get over it. I can't stop hypothesizing like what the fuck happened here.
I know. So anyway, that's my misconnection. And then I'll post the video because it's fun to watch if you know that there's a backstory.
I'm dying to watch it. I'm
yeah.
so excited. I haven't seen it yet, guys. I was at a bar mitzvah that weekend. All right, guys, we are so excited for our guest today. I don't know. I've been laughing so hard with them. It's like hard to get through the intro I wrote for them.
You were laughing at us.
Girls, let me finish. They are the hosts of the super popular Wild Ass podcast, Whoreible Decisions. You heard us on their show a couple weeks ago. They talk about all kinds of stuff, like sucking dick from the back and pros and cons of paying for penis. They have sold out live shows. They've been making us laugh so hard. They are the fucking awesome duo. Please welcome the hosts of Whoreible Decisions, Mandii B and Weezy.
Rayna, first off, I feel like you just had to read that off of a script, and now I feel like, bitch, we've been talking for the last 30 minutes. You know who he is, girl.
I get nervous,
Like,
guys.
that's
I
your
get
job
for the podcast.
That's my job.
Do that, bitch. You be on the outline cutting shit off.
We not finna do that. First off, guys, if you are not aware, we are the duo podcast that don't like each other. So we're the opposite of Rayna and Ashley.
You know, I thought it was unique that Ashley and I don't sit together on planes, and obviously we don't stay together. Like,
because I fly first class.
Yeah, I don't need as much room. You know,
Bitch, I
mean,
love
she can
that
afford
shit.
it. I'm just saying, Rayna doesn't. She likes to stay back there and coach. I'm like, bye.
I'm a woman of the people. These two, you bitches don't even fly together. You don't stay in hotels.
No, we
you stay
do
in
different
hotels.
times.
Yeah, we
like,
get in at different times. Like, I have like, so the last tour before COVID, I literally had dick in every city.
Okay.
So
Love that.
I was just like, yeah, no, I really did.
Shout out to that.
You know, so I was literally scheduling based on which of my hoes I was going to see. So I was like, I could either come a day before or stay a day after, but this is my tour schedule.
Yeah.
You know, see you then.
We did used to stay together, like when we was not broke,
We were
but
poor.
like
Yeah. Oh no, we did too. We would sleep in the same bed sometimes.
Build like a pillow fort between
we
our
didn't do
bodies.
that.
It happened once. I built a pillow for it. I was like, don't touch me.
before. No, we
said
like because
it's a $12
we used to
difference,
fund our own
double
live
that,
shows,
please.
right? So we would buy out comedy clubs because people weren't like we didn't have WME backing us, so
Yeah.
we used to buy out venues, pay our own like. It was a thing. So that's when we were booking rooms, and there was one city recently. I think it was. What night was it? Philly or Boston? No, Boston when we stayed with Vinny. And I don't know what was going on in the city that day, but we both hit each other up like, so you saw the rooms? Let's just do one night and we'll get a double room. Mandii was on her period. That wasn't planned. It was hell and we never did it again.
I don't know what city that was.
I don't know what it was, but you're a bitch in it.
So guys, she also lies a lot and believes herself. So there's that too.
Who's the liar of the two?
Literally.
I'd be like, I'm sick.
No, literally, it's so funny. She just had a call. Someone called her right before we were about to record. She was like, yeah, so I have to go. I'm on a Zoom call. Bitch, you're in the studio. You're not even on Zoom. Like, it's the little white lies. She'll be like, okay, guys, the sky is falling. I'll call you right back. No, it's not.
But everybody, niggas do that. We tell lies before we hang up. Girl,
Speak for yourself.
Let me go charge my phone. I gotta go.
I am too honest. Like, literally, even when I met my boyfriend, I was like, just so you know, I have a lot of hoes that I'm not trying to cut off. So you need to be okay with them.
Was he okay?
The thing is, he showed up so good, I cut all my hoes off.
Okay.
But I don't have a lot of faith in men. So I was just like, listen, I don't think he's going to be able to show up in every way I need him to.
Yeah.
So I just need you to know I compartmentalize. I'm going to be fulfilled.
Yes.
But
Fulfilled.
Ironically, he fulfilled, like Jocelyn would say. But no, he was able to show up, and so I cut all my hoes off.
Oh my God.
Like he does it all? He's like front,
Yeah, but also
front
right
back?
now-
She's like, does he cook and clean too?
Right.
So he doesn't cook. But that's fine, because I enjoy cooking now. And
Yeah.
I get the little meal kits and shit, so I be like...
So
cooking
Mandii, there's been
it's
a Mandii-lution, an evolution of her on
There
our
is.
podcast, right?
Mandii-lution, okay.
Like when I first, so I call myself the emo hoe on our show because I'm very emotional. And Mandii has always, well, she still is like the hard ass of our show. Even in love, she is. Because she was like, I ain't in love, motherfucker. Like the whole
And then
time.
the following week, I was like, okay, I'm just going to admit I am in love.
But there was an episode I'll never forget where she was shading me about cooking for a guy I was dating and fucking, who I'm still fucking with, old babe. She was just like, you just cooking for a nigga that ain't your man? That don't make no sense. I'm not doing that. And even then, we ain't married. Like, she was going off. Then, months later...
It was years later, but okay.
True. Mandii is, here's my blue apron, and now we're
Okay.
gonna make
Whoreible
these
decision.
are called tostadas, babe.
So to be fair, Rayna and Ash, let me tell you, we met during COVID. So I was forced to cook. Wasn't nothing open.
yeah.
So he was only getting home cooked meals because I thought the world was going to end anyway. And I was
Right.
like, let me try something new.
Right.
Before the world ends, I want to do it all. And cooking for a nigga that wasn't my boyfriend yet was one of those things.
I love that you like Jedi mind fucked this guy. Every other girl's like, what are we? Let's lock
know.
it down. Let's get, you were like, just so you know, we are
On day
nothing
one.
and I'm sleeping with other people.
And then we both like grew to love each other.
I also love, like, you're more like me, where I will make this huge statement, and then like a year later, I got to walk it back, and then people have you on record. They have the receipts. They're like, well, Ashley, you said you would never, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
No,
Dude,
what,
pull
no,
them
so
up.
what, no. What you tell them is the price yesterday is not the price
Yes,
today.
thank you.
I'm a different bitch. I grew up.
Very
I'm
true.
grown. I changed. We all change, right?
It's called progress.
I said I wouldn't do an
information.
Instagram ad before. I was like, I don't like when people do that. They just clog their feed. And then I found out you can get paid $20,000 for Instagram bag. I said, I love condoms so much. I love energy drinks. God damn it. I love sports. Is that baseball? Bitch, I love it. I had no idea how
I
much
love
people were getting
condoms.
paid.
I feel like I'd have to like pass that ad up because people be like, we know you don't.
That was like week one of the podcast.
I was about to say, I'm not gonna lie, the fact that she got a condom ad made me laugh because I'm
Why?
the condom advocate. I mean, I just
Oh, I've just been in like relationships. I just like cream pies. That's why she thinks I don't like condoms. But I use condoms with new people, of course.
look at your face. Yep, do the math there.
What, cream pies when you come inside somebody?
But when I'm with somebody, like, it's
Yeah,
my
of
man.
course. Who doesn't like that?
I don't use condoms. Listen, you don't have to sell
Oh,
it to me.
even with casual partners?
What?
Go ahead and tell on yourself.
No, I mean, you guys.
Go ahead and tell on yourself.
Everybody should be having safe sex. Just
Yeah,
whatever.
I have safe sex, whatever version of that I need it to be.
Okay,
It's on
girls
there.
got to eat yeast.
It's always the intention, right? It is usually a first
She
time.
said
yeah.
it's safe. We make sure
You said
the
it's
door's
always
locked.
the intention, bitch.
No, the intent. Sometimes it's like you go into it with the best intentions, like, and then just shit happens. I don't know. I mean, I'm saying.
Oh, let's just all
She's
talk
just
about
saying,
how
I went to
irresponsible we are.
7-Eleven and I pulled it out. Did we use it? No, but that was my intent.
It was on the side of the dresser.
No,
That's all
it's
that
usually
matters. It was in the room.
The first time with somebody, yeah, there's a condom in the room.
Okay, the first round or the first time?
Right?
Yeah, we are advocates of safe sex and condoms.
Yeah.
Guys, whatever. Okay?
And by safe, it means like keep your Find My Friends on.
Right. Okay. I have a question. Okay, so Mandii, you got a man for a year and a half. You told day one, I'm not dating you, and
Yeah, but I don't know where we're at right
Okay,
now.
and
so
Weezy, update us on your relationship status.
Wait, hold on. I want to go back. You don't know where you're at because you like had a fight this morning, or
Yeah,
just
no, we're just, he has
Okay.
things that he has to figure out in his
Okay.
life. Like, and mind you, we're much older. So he's 17 years my senior. So it's
okay.
Which ironically, we both experienced a lot of firsts together.
Okay.
But we also got together during the pandemic. The world is open, like things are just changing. So we're just stepping back to see how much we step forward.
I mean, that's significant. The age difference.
Does he
yeah,
have
it's very much so.
Does he have children?
No.
Okay, all right, so that's like not a variable that you have to
Yeah,
deal with,
but
which is
also
nice.
That would be
religion is a thing. He's Muslim.
Can you imagine Mandii being a stepmom after the Blue Apron? Well, I ain't got more. So,
Wait, what you mean?
Go to your mom's house.
Stepmom. She's a big stepmom energy. Like she's gonna like
I mean, no. Unless they're teenagers.
that for teenagers.
But even my homegirls don't like me around 18 because I'd be like, girl, she probably getting her titty sucked already. We was in middle school, so they don't really like me around.
That's true. All right, I'm gonna walk it back.
Unless your kids are 20, keep them away.
Well, I'll say this. Mandy's great around my dog. That's about, I think, the best mom you can be.
Yeah. Mhm.
Dog and cat.
100%. Yeah.
But like human baby,
Not human, baby.
maybe not.
Okay.
All right, well, I want to update on your relationship status.
So I'm partnered and more-ish.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I have to be bi-coastal right now for work.
Okay.
And it's just, I'm a very emotional person and I need to cuddle. This is why I do condomats, because I use it with that guy, right? Like, he's my LA dude and it's great there. And also, like, I like to go on dates and stuff, but also, like, I know who I'll spend the rest of my life with, but I like to fuck other people.
Great.
Like him? You think like that's your person that you want to be with? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, I mean, it's just so clear sometimes.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
Sometimes I wonder, like, will we really end up together? And recently he sent me this house in Mexico City. He's like, oh yeah, we could both buy this. We'll put $20,000 in, flip it in a few years for this million. And I'm like, oh yeah, we gonna be together. Because nobody else talks like that. You very rarely meet men that are like, this is how our life is gonna go. He's hot. We love each other. Our families love each other. He's watching my daughter right now. And we work together well. Do I always say he's a piece of shit every episode? Like, yeah, that's just my love. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He just does shit that makes me mad. Yeah. And I also use that as an excuse when I'm with someone else.
Fuck other people.
Do you remember when you pissed me off?
But see, she could hold love and have feelings for people. It's so different. Like, so me and my partner were swingers. We went to the sex club like bi-weekly.
Okay.
And we barely even knew the people we fucked. Like, we would go to the club and be like, did we fuck you before? No, like, we literally didn't know. Like, so that was kind of our relationship.
It's dark in there.
Seriously, we wouldn't know.
dark in there.
You guys look familiar.
Yeah.
I recognize that dick. Kinda. Those nipples look familiar. Okay, I have a question. How do you find a sex club like in New York? What's your favorite?
Oh,
Do you have
easy.
favorites?
So first off, they're not paying for ads here, and y'all are a really big show. And I also just don't want people popping up. I like that I know everyone.
Right, so don't go to the sex club. Okay.
Well,
she
there's
doesn't
one
wanna
in
drop the
Soho.
name.
There's one in Brooklyn. I've also been to one in Queens. So I've been to 3 here so far. I also just went to one in Atlanta that I didn't like. So I would say I'm a part of the lifestyle.
Yeah.
I actually found out about
Not the condom.
all of these clubs from actually going to the nude beach. It's not the summer anymore, so it's closed. But I go to Jersey. It's like by Sandy Hook. And you meet a lot of people that are into swinging and open lifestyles there. And so they've invited me, and I've had a great time. And then one of the owners we actually had on Whoreible Decisions, I found him in the New York Post. If you really like do your Googles, a lot of times you can find sex clubs, or at least ways to find out about sex clubs in your city.
Were you into swinging prior to this current partner, or
I used to. I was bringing, and even like the one club I done brought. My partner is the third guy that I brought there. And he was just like, damn, you really be finding them. They're all trees. Like, everyone wants to climb them. And so, yeah.
Even trees as in tall guys.
I got it. I'm a tall woman.
I don't know if people are listening, like, is it outside or?
No,
it's a
like,
nature club,
really
actually.
tall. But no, so I actually introduced a lot of just my partners to that type of lifestyle.
But do you kind of vet them beforehand if you're thinking of like going out with somebody? Do you kind of feel out if they're going to be like into that, or do you just like spring it on them later?
If I tell a guy, hey, we're going to go to a club and you can fuck any other girl in the club, it's like, it really hasn't been
a problem
hard to get anyone to like, hey, and if you like someone, go have fun. So when I tell a guy that, it hasn't been hard at all.
So can we just walk through the experience of the sex club? Like, I just want to,
Have you guys never been to one?
I have not been to one. I just want to like, do you guys go in and just kind of separate immediately?
It's crazy because she actually, I think, went to sex clubs before I did. She went to more of the mask warehouse, like really upscale type of sex club.
Like Eyes Wide Shut.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
So she went there, and I went.
Well, first, I think we should talk about for anyone who's never been. So generally, if you're going to a decent sex club, they have somewhat of a community, right? So they have people that are vets who kind of almost undertake the new people that walk in. Like, you can tell when someone's quote unquote a noob,
right,
in a sex club, right?
I would just exude that energy.
Yeah, you
might be trying to hide it, but they'd be like, nah,
or
pull her aside.
When you kind of walk in, they'll be like, "Is it your first time?" And people are very nice. And you're not sure if they're nice because they want to fuck you, or if it's because like they're like, "Yo, welcome to our house," in a way.
Okay, but somebody guide you through the experience. Yeah, that's great.
So I would describe it as, first off, my first initial thought of walking into a sex club was, where's the sex? Because I was kind of early. People were talking. They're dressed kind of sexy. People making out. But the sex actually doesn't start. Am I right? Because you go a lot. The sex kind of doesn't start until I don't know when the switch happens.
Like 2.
It's normally like a performance, a time of night, drinking. Okay. But there's a moment where the sex club changes. And
unless I'm there. I'm sucking my nigga's dick on Whoreible. Like,
Okay.
we
Okay.
normally
So
start
you-
the party. I'm not gonna lie.
you set it
We're
off.
normally the first ones. Literally, people are still coming in, and I'm meeting people naked at that point.
And he's like, oh my, did you go to Brown?
No, I remember maybe like the third or fourth time we went, Daniel, one of the owners, he was giving a tour because there was a party going on upstairs. So he was just showing the space. And I literally was already sucking my man's dick. So while he was giving a tour, I was just like,
But your man, like, do you go in and hook up with your man first and then just kind of play around?
yeah,
or?
we don't have the same typing girls. So I normally find a new girlfriend and I send him on his way. And then we tell each other about the night when we come back together.
Okay. I love that you were like, it starts with the performance. Mandy's like, I am the performance.
Yeah, pretty much.
She was really trying to take me down through that outfit change. I'm Beyonce.
I'm fascinated by this whole thing. I can't stop. I want to just listen to
think you
every.
guys
I would love to bring y'all.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw a party, my own party. I'll invite y'all.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
in.
And okay, tell
For
me.
research purposes, y'all don't have to do anything.
Tell me about the. I'll suck a dick there. I don't care. I'll just listen. I'll just tell Kane I have the night off.
No, tell him it's for work.
He can come. I don't fucking care.
Babe, you knew I had to do this job.
Yeah.
You knew it.
You knew when we started dating
that this was part of the job.
Listen, he can watch. Maybe he'll be into it. Okay. I don't know. We never know.
I just really have been like wanting someone to eat my ass recently. Can we just like do that there, or does they keep it more in the front?
Oh, he bent over and made me eat his ass in front of everyone.
Okay, then I have a question.
Oh, yes, girl. This was during like when it was more intimate.
save it for our own fucking
Sorry,
time?
I thought
Your
I didn't
man
tell
or
you.
your man
My
or a different man?
No, my man.
Okay, he was bent over.
This was like last year, but this was when it was more intimate. Like during COVID, like
Right.
there was a max 15 people type
Totally.
of shit.
You got to social distance. In
Yeah, it was
Dude,
super.
I got a nice invite from him too, and he was like, "Hey, we're opening back up, very exclusive."
It was. He made sure to cap it, and he made sure to really curate and know which couples. So when I was coming, he was like, "Oh, I know what people to call now." Like, I mean, clearly he had to keep it a little bit more urban with my ass, but I was just like, yeah, like our first time we went, and he hates that I share this story this way, but that's how I remember it. We fucked like 3 other couples, so it was like an 8-some. It was fun.
Okay.
Okay, and the same. Okay, so I have a question. I feel like such a.
And that's going to be like safe. You got to be safe, right?
What's that mean?
What's that mean?
I mean, they're like,
I mean, there were condoms.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, but there
I thought
wasn't.
you meant like shaking hands.
Like, is there like cum
there
everywhere?
were condoms, but I didn't have a dental dam.
Right.
So
Got
it was
it.
half safe.
By the way, this is not really me trying to do a shameless plug, and it's funny because I just talked about it in the car. But so many people asked that question. I met with that owner and did an episode of like walking through a sex club.
Yeah.
That was the most response I ever got from people because they were like, I had no idea what this would look like.
Well, it's fascinating.
And you also like, and even when we were walking through, like we didn't want to turn the lights on while filming because like you really wanted people to feel immersed in it.
Yeah.
The one thing I kept saying, and I felt stupid, but tell me if you think this. Don't the furniture be looking nice? You'd be like, damn, this is a good bed. Wow, how much is this? Look at this leather. Like, this shit is elaborate. Because you go to someone's house and it's like Wayfair or IKEA. But when you go in a sex club, that's a good
like
one.
some West
They have
Elm
contraptions
restoration.
you've never seen.
Oh my God,
Like a
just
Sibian
swings.
ride. Have you heard of that?
No, what is that?
A Sibian ride it almost looks like a bull. It's a vibrating machine that a woman can get on top of. And like, you know, you can be flogged while you're on it. Like there's just so much you've never seen. It's just like, even sonically, if you're just like sitting there for a moment, the sounds you hear, like everything about it is super sexy. And I've never had sex in a sex club.
Okay.
Just like immediately after I'm like ready to fuck.
Okay, so you go for like foreplay. I think that's
Like
amazing.
with your partner?
I have before, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So-
I love that you guys do it differently. Like you're
We do everything
like
differently.
Your intentions
We're
are
not
a little bit
alike at
different.
all, actually.
The only
We
thing
know.
we do the same is cash the check when they drop for Horrible Decisions LLC, bitch. But no, I just I get more nervous to have sex in public.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's the question I kind of wanted to ask before was like in terms of boundaries, like I feel like such a noob, but like when you walk into a sex club, is it just like everything goes, everyone has no bound? Like how do you communicate what your boundaries
You
are?
have to communicate. That's
it
the
just
thing.
super open?
Well, I mean, because this was a new space, like I've gone with partners, but not an actual partner. So we didn't realize boundaries until it happened.
Well, some
we
sex clubs make you bring, just so people are listening and maybe want to go. When she's saying I went with partners, a lot of times single men can't go to sex clubs.
Oh, well, I was talking about
Men have to be
boundaries
escorted.
I was just talking about, like,
Oh no, I just meant like going in.
there's kissing. There's who can you talk to? Does a person have to talk to your partner to get permission to talk to you first? I mean, there's a lot of boundaries are set dependent solely on the couple.
So you are just just talking about it there is my question.
But
it's
also,
not like
well, we talk about it
do it
after.
before.
No, I would talk about it right after. And we would talk about if there was something that we didn't like, that we liked, because going into it, we didn't know what our boundaries were. So we created boundaries as we went along.
Okay,
But
so you're
you
not carrying like an
should-
index card around that's like, please don't touch my asshole.
No, no.
But also,
You have
there's
like a
few things,
bracelet.
right?
It's
You
like
should
no
be
butt stuff.
Playing out scenarios. So, for example, if you've never been to a sex club and you're going with someone you're with, you should both be at least saying like, hey, if there's something that you want to happen, let's say you bring your boyfriend and you know for sure you want to have a threesome with another guy. You need to kind of edge that on before there's a hot guy that walks up to you and then he's uncomfortable and you guys get in a weird fucking fight in the middle of the shit. Talk about your fantasies or what you would want to happen in that sex club first, and things that you really wouldn't want to happen. I think like a yes, no, maybe thing could be really good.
Yeah.
Playful in text or some shit like that. But like, you know, we're both very sexually open people. So, I mean, even with that said, Mandi's talked about kissing being a boundary, right? Like, whereas I'm the opposite. I don't mind that. So I think that making
I thought it was a boundary. It wasn't anymore.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
you got
changed
over
your
it.
mind?
I mean, well, no, we had a conversation. I didn't like it, but he was like, I'm a fucking 6'8" black man. Like, there's a way that I want to feel comfortable in this space too. And kissing for me lets the woman get her guard down. Like, he looks intimidating. So for him, it wasn't even anything intimate, which is how I perceive kissing. He was like, no, this is part of my consent and making sure whoever I'm playing with is comfortable. And I respected that.
I think
That
that's a
is,
fair
makes
point.
a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because especially, and it kind of goes with kind of like how men and women think about kissing, because it is intimate. So for you, you don't necessarily want to see your partner doing that, but for the woman he's hooking up with, she needs that to feel like there is a sense of
he needed
safety.
it to just make sure it was all
I
consensual.
could see that too.
Yeah,
like
so-
even just being a guy who like is trying to get yourself off and like knowing your girls there and other people there. Like I need a little like start
Got
me off
eased in a
slow.
little bit.
But that was also in the beginning. We done fucked all my friends together now and everything. So, I mean, there's that.
And are you guys, listen, we don't talk about this all day. We have other questions for you guys. I just have one more question.
Okay.
You have never had sex in a sex club. Are you naked? Like, what? Are you still
When
like,
I've gone,
yeah, like, are you walking around naked? There's the clothing on, off?
I'm wearing like lingerie or shit, but like
you wear
nothing.
lingerie?
I mean, but by the way, like I've definitely had sex with other people. Like I threesome queen, but I just for some reason I can't do it in the sex club.
Okay.
Now maybe now that was like a while ago when I tried, but I remember the night like we were making out on one of the beds, and
You and your partner.
at the time.
Okay.
And it wasn't the one I'm currently with now. It was my first time going into a sex club. And we went downstairs. And I remember like we were making out on the bed. And he took my panties off to go down on me. And the first thing I'm thinking, I felt like a fucking magazine like ad for Insecure Girl. I'm like, oh my God, are people looking at me? Oh my God, what if I make a face? Like I was just so concerned. Then, not even kidding, this couple starts having sex with this black dude. He was huge. I remember he had dreads, I think. And I was like, oh, so what is he, just a token BBC? Now I'm getting all righteous while I'm getting my pussy ate, and then I can't focus because I'm like, oh, other people fucked on this mattress. It's kind of skeezy. And like, I couldn't even like, it just so many things were going on. Whereas I feel like when I'm alone, well, not alone because technically you're always fucking someone else, but my guard is just more down.
So there's no judgment if you're at the sex club not fucking.
No, not at all.
No.
Okay.
Not
It
at
would
all.
be hard to get out of my head a little bit. You know, what does my body look like? Is
I
someone
brought my
watching
friends
me?
there literally just to watch what was going on.
And what's kind of the substance vibe? Like, are people drinking a lot? Are people doing drugs? Are there
I
rules
mean,
about
I
that?
ain't gonna hold you. The one time I did Molly,
That's what I was wondering.
Petting the walls, and I'm not gonna lie, we all ended up just becoming a petting farm. Because
Cuddle puddle.
Yeah, the guys couldn't
just wanna
really
be
get
touched,
up
yeah.
on the Molly, and so we all just started we were all just eating each other's pussy, laying down, massaging each other's heads. Like it was literally
sounds so
about
nice.
5 of us just in a petting farm. I called it.
I would say, I don't know if people are sober in the sex club, but like, definitely I've seen drug use. I mean, no one's shooting up. That's my boundary.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say though,
But I'm feeling people
everyone
probably
that I know,
yeah.
I would say,
No needles.
especially if
Needles.
you're going with a friend or a partner, everyone for the most part, and my partner always just watched after me. You want to be sure that you're not incoherent. This is not a space
That's what
to
I
be
was
incoherent.
thinking.
And
Yeah.
you will have the owner or whoever's running the party normally will go around and make sure. Or like me, I become very motherly when I'm intoxicated. So I became the water girl. So I was going back and forth naked as fuck, just giving everyone water while we were all on Molly.
See, I knew you had a nurturing side.
Yes, I do.
Not for babies.
Not for babies, but for adults.
Just for drunk girls.
Yes.
But the drunkenness too, like I think that's it. That's another thing. If you have to get wasted to have sex at a sex club, don't go.
Don't go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I would feel like
You need a
one or two
cocktail,
drinks
sure,
maybe
like-
unite.
Well, that's the thing,
you know what I
too. A
mean?
lot of them
I need a drink to
BYOB.
fuck anyone for the first time. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, let me get a little, you
Yeah,
know.
like a personality drink. But I like what you said that
I love
like
that.
they actually make sure that you're not incoherent.
A lot of people, but also that's why you go with someone you trust. A lot of people don't go alone. Single women can go, but a lot of us aren't in that space to just want to go that way.
just roll
up
So a
solo.
lot of us roll with at least a +1. And I think that that's important. Just talk, hey, let's make sure we check in with each other. Even if we go apart, let's make sure we at least check in with each other.
I love the idea of just going and like watching, or
Yeah.
maybe just like a little bit of
That's
like
what I do when I'm on my period.
little
I just go and
foreplay.
watch.
I just not
I
every
never felt
person
pressure
is-
either, and I
You
don't
haven't?
think and I don't think people in the sex club would pressure you either. Some of them enjoy being watched, right? Did you just say that you enjoy
Yeah.
being watched? Yeah, like
And I go to watch.
so.
sometimes.
Technically, you're doing a job.
Yeah, not every person is like rushing into this like super kinky crazy stuff.
That
you
I will
know?
tell you was in my own head, I think. And even as someone that does this show, right, and knowing the club owner at the time, still, I was in my own head like, okay, I'm here. I should definitely fuck. Right? But it's just like, it wasn't even needed. And I think that you're thinking everybody's kind of watching and waiting for you to fuck, but it's like, no, they're just watching everybody to fuck. It's not you.
We say that with everything. People don't care about you as much as you think, as much as you care
don't.
about you.
They don't
like,
give a fuck.
We think that every day, like no matter what we're doing, sex club or not, just no one gives a shit, especially in New York. No one cares.
They
Like
don't.
we're
At all.
all kind of self-centered in a way that we are only thinking about ourselves. And also just, we got too much shit going on. No one gives a shit what you're doing.
Also,
Right.
especially the people that are cool enough to go to a sex club really
Definitely
don't care
don't give a
about
shit.
you know?
No one's in there like, who can I judge? Like,
I mean, don't get me
no,
wrong.
no.
I went to a sex party in New York where they didn't have like a space. It was a traveling sex party. And I remember thinking, and this is not me being conceited, y'all, because I don't think I'm the hottest bitch anywhere, but I was one of the best looking people at that party. And I said, oh no, if there's somebody that I wouldn't fuck here, if I'm one of the best looking, if I'm the prize, I need to go. I don't want to be nowhere where I'm the hottest.
I would feel like that
They
too.
need to look better than me. Did I tell you about that one I went to? I don't want to say the name, but I'll tell you later. I remember going, and I went with this German guy I was fucking around with at the time. And I remember we got in there and I was like, no, you see how people are looking at us? That's fresh meat and we're the gold.
No one wants to feel like that. Like it's like
No.
part of like you don't want to be a club that'll have you or whatever that
Do you know
thing.
how
like,
much
you
worse that made me feel?
Do you know how many couples, when we started going to the sex club in Brooklyn, they let me know that they were all like taking bets of who get to have us. Me and my nigga was the prize.
I mean, you like to be
Oh,
surprised.
yeah, I
You
was
guys are
cool.
so funny. You could not
Yeah.
be more different.
I don't want to be the
fine with
hottest
that.
person there.
You're
That makes
sucking
me,
dick 4 minutes into it.
You know
Of
what I
course,
mean?
every person walks
Seriously.
by you on the way in. Like,
Seriously,
I want
I'm
that.
like,
I want to know I'm hot. Like I want to know people are looking at us, but I don't want to be like if we're it. No,
No,
then
I
who
want something
wanna
to
fuck?
aspire to, probably. In
That's
the
what
club.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
Aspire to.
Like I would want like to
No.
be.
No.
Okay.
Bitch, y'all aspire to be me and my nigga. The fuck?
I want to go with Ashley because I feel like I could pick out girls you would like.
Yeah.
I feel like I could scout. Like, I don't want to watch you fuck, but I
If
could
they look
scout.
like if they look like Shan Booty.
Are you a girl that's got to
my
eat?
type.
That I
Are
want
you a girl that's
Shan-
got to eat puss?
Huh?
Are you that girl?
Do
Are
you eat pussy?
No.
Wait,
I'm not.
wait,
No,
okay.
I'm just saying I feel like I could pick somebody that'd be great.
But I
for
might
her.
at the sex club. Like I don't know. I've just never had
You
like
might,
experience.
but you never ate pussy.
It's like you've never had octopus, but
Oh,
look
sorry.
at it.
I probably wouldn't dive right into some pussy, like at the, you know what I mean. But someone could eat my pussy. I don't care.
Oh, you're one of those.
She just hasn't tried it yet.
I haven't tried it yet.
But Liz, I will go with you. I will.
I'm
scout
pretty
people
straight.
out.
Yeah, I feel like Rayna would be like, let's go down there together.
Rayna's eating pussy.
And
I
she
say on that episode, you had slutty energy. You do.
I know. She's done. She's more like open, like with hooked, like
Her mouth.
I'm just like,
and booty hole.
Ashley's not like a prude. In a relationship, she fucks. You know, she's just not like
Not
looking
in a
pussy.
relationship.
I've like out of a
relationship, she
We've talked about it before. Like I've fucked so many dudes. I'm into whatever. I'm just like pretty straight.
Okay.
I have
That's
slutty
okay.
energy.
You know, like I
Isn't
feel
it
like
funny,
these days it's like I'm straight. Sorry, like it's not.
No.
You know what's crazy?
Damn, you're straight and a white woman.
Yeah,
It's gotta be rough.
Yeah, no, it's what's crazy.
I mean, on Twitter, it's gotta be rough.
We are so oppressed.
Don't you
guys.
dare have an opinion. You straight white bitch named Ashley.
I know.
All right, you guys do me next.
It's embarrassing. mean?
Oh, no, actually, our audience said you was so ratatata.
Me?
Yeah, they really liked
You
your,
remember the
your
video?
energy.
I'm in the ghetto. Ratatata. You don't remember
the
that?
meme? You don't remember the meme?
Oh yeah.
But I
You
guess
did the Zola girl.
guys.
Like when you just kept saying beach, like they really liked
Yeah.
you.
Oh, thank you. We had so much fun doing your show.
That was
It
right.
a lot.
She just blended in at the moment, but don't worry.
Rayna, she's not even the one. Whatever.
What?
Oh, what? That fucks black guys?
Wait,
Say it,
is that where we're going?
You're like, I fuck the black guys around here. Say it.
That's all I used to do.
I love it.
I'm getting hot.
Oh my God, you could have had a little baby me or Weezy.
I know.
And maybe some issues.
No, I just don't have like it's all across the board. If you were to like line up every guy I've ever
So
fucked,
you
you'd
don't
be
have
like,
a type?
Not physically.
Wait, so what's your type? Where
Like
does it
I
go?
like a guy that's like, you know, like funny and successful. But like if you were to line up all the guys I've been into, they would just look totally different.
All mine look like brothers.
Mine kind of look different too, except
look
I realize, I mean, I fuck white guys and black guys. Not a white guy in a while. It's just the Trump era kind of ruined it for me. But
Yeah.
they all had the same vibe. They were all tattooed, artsy, like had that kind of energy. And I think that what you meant about like not physically is kind of the same. Like I want them to have a certain.
It's a vibe or an
Yeah.
energy, but not like it can look however.
I was so honest with my partner when we met. I started showing him like my past people, and then of course we're in this space, so he would see who I would. He was like, "Yep, we're all the same tribe, same tribe." Like literally, I even ended up going to Jamaica, and I was like, "I'm not gonna find no one there." Went to Jamaica, ran into this fine man at fucking Margaritaville or some shit.
That's all that you can do there.
And literally, he looked just like him. And I was like, I didn't know I was going to meet your cousin here. But yeah, they all look like.
What's your type?
Physically, I have none. Like if you saw my current man and my last man, you'd be like, "Would you?"
I'm the only one here with a
Yes, you
physical
do.
type.
It's bald, beard.
Oh, bald with a beard. That's what I really.
Oh, wait, we have the
enjoy.
same
But
type.
Physically, like I don't know. Every dude I've dated is just different looking.
Yeah.
I'll fuck whatever.
I like nasty
I just
dudes.
like
That's
something that
about
makes
it.
me laugh. I just like a vibe. Like I always say, like I have a hard time on dating apps because I probably would have swiped no on like most of the people that I date, and so like I like to meet
I
people in
agree with you.
person because I would have just been like, no, you know.
Oh, no, I'm shallow.
I need.
I'm
That's
swiping right on my
11
niggas.
line. No, seriously. Like when I'm thinking about it, even like the guys I think that had the hottest I've dated, I would have swiped them left too because I'd been like, oh, he's pretty, he's this, or he's too whatever.
You can't like feel their energy. You don't see how they walk, how they talk. Like you
That's
know,
why
you think
videos
That's
are
all
helping.
dating apps.
I'm not saying on the apps. That's why we don't love the apps. Like
Right.
I've never even gone on a second date or had a relationship with someone I met on the app. It's
Really?
always guys I met in person,
Yeah,
like
same.
in the wild. Like
Same.
I'm not trying to like make that. You know, I'm not trying to be like no second dates, but it doesn't work out. I don't know. I've met up with guys that looked exactly like their photos. They were cool and they had a crazy voice, you know, like a soft, like little, like this guy we called
I
a
tell
Michael Jackson
story
voice. It was
in
wild.
a few weeks about a guy that wanted to see my other matches so much so that he kept asking my password and like trying to break into my phone.
Why? Because he want what? For what reason?
Fucking knows,
Who
dude.
knows?
Something
That's
I didn't
so
say
weird.
on my podcast because I didn't know if he was going to watch, but he was celibate for over 10 years. And I thought, now that you know I do horrible decisions, you want to know who I might get some dick from. Like,
Oh, wait,
Okay.
he's celibate?
yeah, I didn't want to say it because I think he's
He
known
a
for
liar.
being.
For what reason?
No, he's not.
Like a born again virgin?
No, he's like literally been so like
His dick
in
don't get hard.
His like in to his
impotent.
relationship
Sorry,
with
he's
God. No, it's like a long time. He's super hot. I don't even think he's got a little dick. We were talking when he was in
not
the gym.
voluntary.
I think it's just something that
for
is private for him, right? So I didn't mind it because all I said was, "Would you fuck before you get married?" And he said yes, and that was all that mattered to me. Because then it became into this thing of like, well, look, maybe I fuck too fast. Maybe I'll have a deeper relationship with someone who is celibate. Like maybe it'll be nice. And then he was just a fucking weirdo and he needs to get fucked.
No, I mean 10 years though. You really think you could bring him out of retirement? That's a long
I
time.
don't even think it's like somebody trying more than what if he, I don't know. It's someone that's right? So, and I liked him. So
It's not your primary partner, so like I think you get emotionally out of one person, get sexually satisfied out of another person.
But I mean, he was so good on paper that I was not shocked that he tried to dig through my phone after. I was like, oh, well, this is it. You're weird.
Oh my God. I did. I was like, hooking up with my neighbor when I lived back in Atlanta, and I was like, I'm not going to date him. He's just like not cool enough, but we can fuck. And I like went over one night to try to like turn it into a booty call situation. I was like wasted. I put on lingerie and like a long coat and like walked down there, and I was like, I'm so hot. Whatever. I was like stumbling down there, and we started to hook up, and I was like, it just didn't feel like he was trying to fuck me. It was very weird. And before I knew what happened, because like my reflexes were slowed, he had like rubbed his dick in between my butt cheeks and like came on my back, and then ended up telling me the next morning he was a born again virgin. I was like, that was so weird.
What?
And I was like, only in the South can someone tell you
He
they're
loved the Lord. Like, and your backside.
But it wasn't even like a religion. It was, I don't know if he had like a sex addiction. He was trying to tone it down, but like also you put your dick somewhere and came on me.
People have traumatic experiences though that bring them to that sometimes. There's a podcast I produced with a girl who's celibate, and she tells stories about the Bible, but she's super sexy and fun, and she's had sex before, but a traumatic experience brought her closer to God, which then brought her closer to celibacy. And she made a comment to me about how the closer she got with God, the more she became a celibate. And I think sometimes religion, and this is no shade to her, has this zap on us where we don't feel right about sex because we are so like in love with God or whoever that person is, right? That you maybe can't feel pure. I don't know what it is, but
I mean, I can't relate.
Me neither.
We hear it all the time though from girls
my
that
most
say like I
religious
grew up in
friends
a
won't
sex negative
masturbate
area.
or haven't masturbated before, or they don't have a lot of experience with that. Like they're just not as sexual. I hear it a lot.
Yeah, it's how you grew up.
But the church, a lot of religions, they shame women enjoying sex.
Oh,
so
yeah.
to me, it goes hand in hand. I ain't gonna sit here and try to get canceled by your folks, but I don't supply whatever you do to any of them things.
We're not religious.
What is it called?
It's not supply, subscribe.
Subscribe. There you go, that word.
I think
and
that
so
is it.
I love sucking dick from the back.
I'm actually glad that you brought that up because so you guys.
We both just talk about sucking dick in general, and I'm sure, but let's start with from the back, and then we want to hear everybody.
Let's start with.
We want to hear everybody's tips.
We want to hear your tips.
I mean, the tip is just to enjoy it first. Like,
Oh, yeah,
so
you
much.
can't
I
really
agree.
give it unless you enjoy it.
I always
That's
say
the only
that.
way to be good at it too.
Yeah.
If you don't enjoy doing something, you're not going to be good.
Okay, so how do you tell people to enjoy? I always say this all the time. I love doing it, so I'm good at it. But like, if somebody's like, I don't like it. So
mean,
how
I
do
don't
you
think
make
you
someone
should
like
really
it?
be into it if you don't like it. I don't.
If you don't like it, don't do it.
I don't want some. There's a lot of men that don't like eating pussy, then don't eat mine. Like, period. I don't
'Cause
like.
it's not even
Don't be
enjoyable.
in there with a half-ass lick. I don't like it. Just don't.
No,
do it.
I don't. I've never had to force somebody down there. They enthusiastically do it, and that's what you want.
I had a guy
for
tell me
either.
once he was doing it for me when I tried to coach him into doing something. I said, "Oh, that's why you're bad, because you're doing it for me."
100%.
Well, I did,
It's
like-
nice that he wants to try.
I'm always having to like get guys out of there. Like I've just had a lot of luck with it.
Go ahead.
No,
That's why I don't wear underwear. That's what she's saying.
right. Easier access.
See, I don't really like head, so it's a thing that can be
Okay.
added on.
All right, well, let's talk about sucking dick. Let's go back.
Yeah, well, I mean, to me, again, I enjoy it. So I don't really have tips, but even to me, if you maybe don't enjoy sucking dick so much, I would say spit on it, jack it off, and just lick the ball.
I have a tip, I think, that I haven't.
to do that.
If you get it real wet and you're just jerking
And you're
it
just
off,
jerking it off. You don't really have to do the whole.
I
Because
agree.
it's pressure. That was my tip. It's just, I think grip and pressure is something that people don't do in sucking dick. I only know this
Yeah.
from watching it. Like,
Yeah.
you rarely see women or men like gripping dick when they suck it. And I think that, like, for one, I mean, women listening for tips, right? When you're sucking dick, even if it's one hand, two hands helps because you can be stronger with
Two hands mean that nigga got a good dick.
It does.
If you can fit them both.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, you fuck the black guys, Ashley.
I know a lot. Like I realized recently that I've just had a like sexual history of pretty large dicks to the point where I feel like now if I see a normal one, I'm like, oh my God, it's so small. And
Which
like, I
is
think I'm kind of
same.
fucked from it.
Same. Which is crazy because even with sucking dick, I will say I don't enjoy sucking the huge dicks. Like I can't even go past the head. Now I feel incompetent.
I do like a big dick where it's like there's still room to go and like maybe I have to like jerk the rest off.
Let's go back to this pressure thing because I think this is important because I think
Frenulum.
people don't hold it enough. Grip
Yeah.
it. They're scared it's too much. So I feel like there's that happy
If
medium.
it is in your hand and you feel like you're doing that, you could do pressure at different areas. So where the head meets the shaft, that little part that looks like a little balloon knot tie. Like you can put pressure with your tongue, you can put pressure with your hands, but gripping is the most important thing. Much like fingering, if someone was being lazy or if they were strong with fingering you, and I'm not, when I say strong, I don't mean jackrabbiting your pussy. I just mean like not being lazy with it. Pressure is a really good thing because when dudes jerk themselves off, if you ever look at it, they look like they're going hard.
Right.
And it's because they want to grip it. Am I lying, Wolf? There's a man in the room. Okay.
Fact.
Just saying.
I mean, when you shake somebody's hand, you don't want like a dead fish. Like you like think of it that way. Like give it a firm grip.
A way to like it. Like let's not say if you dislike the act, maybe a lot of people may not like it because they feel like they're not good at it.
That's 100%. Someone has to tell you you're good at it to like, it's positive reinforcement, I think.
Gripping it and almost taking a little like cockiness out of it, like feeling like you're like in control, like psychs you out for it too. Because when I was younger, I used to feel like if I was going down on someone, they had the leg up on me. I do not feel that way anymore. Not at all. Like, I wanted to suck your dick. I'm going to suck your dick because I feel like it and I want to watch you have a reaction. Like, I almost get off from knowing
the power.
Yeah. That's what I get. I will masturbate to giving a blowjob because I like the idea that I turn somebody on that much. But I also have a tip that I don't think I've ever said this in the podcast. But if you want to see how somebody likes their dick sucked, watch them jerk off and watch how they touch their own dick. I love to like mutually masturbate with somebody.
Yeah.
So you can ask that and you'll get a lot of good ideas for how they like to be touched. Like, are they rubbing? Are they rubbing the head a lot? Are they like putting a lot of pressure on the shaft? Watch how they pleasure themselves. Because like, listen, just like you like to get eaten out differently than the next girl, they like their dick sucked differently than the last guy.
And that kind of goes the same if you masturbate for somebody they see where you're like touching yourselves, if they pay attention for what they should do, where they should put their mouth, where they should put their fingers next time.
My ex, she was told me one time that she saw me like masturbating in circles. And I did. I didn't even realize I really do that until like later. But like when I'm masturbating, I do circle a lot. And she started to do it. And it was like, oh, this is super hot. Because like it made me feel like now you give a fuck.
Right. So Mandii, quit talking about sucking from the back. Like, let's just talk. Like, it's more.
I like also eating ass clearly. So
is it a combo?
This is it's a combo. Normally that gets me back there.
You
so
also need a big dick for that.
Yes, if it's from the back and it normally has to already be hard. To fit. But so either I'll make them get on all fours and I'll pull it back so I can suck it, or like kind of like what she said, if they're just laying there and it's just hanging right there, I'll just put my face down there and start sucking it from the back.
So do they ever get surprised, like in a good way, in a bad way? Like, are the reactions mostly positive when you just grab?
Well, I'm not just grabbing or going back there or doing anything without
you're asking
first.
Yeah.
There's consent. Like,
of course.
There's been enough jumps and almost kicks to the face for me early on to where
like a horse.
Yeah, I'm not just
safety first, guys.
Yeah, no, and I mean even having the show. I'm very big on consent and making sure that someone's on the same sexual level as me.
Yeah.
So I talk a lot. I talk a lot before, a lot after, and if we're gonna continue fucking, now I get into fantasies. I get into boundaries. I get into what would you try? What haven't you tried but you've considered it? Like, I want to know all of that. What type of porn you watch? Those are all conversations that I like constantly have.
I mean, people that have the best and like freakiest and wildest sex are having those conversations.
Yeah.
Like I was talking with this woman at this party and she was like, people in the queer community are so much better at like the open verbal consent stuff in any sort of setting. Like it's kind of straight people that feel like having those conversations takes away from some sort of like romance or flow that they envision, but you have to talk about it.
Yeah, but like even going back to the sex club that I go to, they don't allow people to come in after the consent speech is given. So they get everyone in the room sitting down, crisscross, be with your partner. Like, so all of us are in the same room.
Oh, okay.
And the owner gives about a 7-minute consent speech.
Like when you're sitting
on
in the
what
exit
consent
row?
looks like, making sure that, listen, if someone says no, and literally every time the party is thrown, a consent speech is given.
There's a BDSM checklist we did on an episode. I don't know if you remember. I found it online. I think it's Bad Girls Bible. That's the website. I might be wrong.
Yeah, because people ask, but we'll find it. We'll link it.
They do. Oh, my bad.
No,
sorry, y'all.
we want to talk about it, but we'll find it.
If you Google BDSM checklist, this might be really fun just to even like spark conversation. Just send it to somebody. And I think they made it so easy where you can literally click it and just click yes, no, maybe. And it's like handcuffs, spanking, flogging, anal play, like choking, slapping, like all kinds of shit. And that can, even if you see a bunch of maybes with your partner, that could be fun because then you're like, shit, yeah, I know you like to get spanked on the ass, but like now we can talk about this. What if it's the face? What if it's the tits? Like I like getting spanked on the tits and I never asked for it.
Okay.
I don't even know why.
I just on your tits?
Yeah, one person did it to me and I was like, oh, this is new.
Huh.
Okay.
Because I love spankings. Like I just love it. I'm like,
I don't know about
I need a handprint, but I'm like, I don't know about the. Also, my tits are small.
I was about to say, but also breast cancer. Like I don't want to just be getting hit in my titties.
Mine are just too big. Like I just feel like you could slap around, but I like the idea of like.
Yeah, that's what they would. I could picture yours like they're all jiggling. Mine would be like a slap. It wouldn't do anything.
It's not like hard, just like light. It's like I feel it in my nipples, or maybe
it's just
like
a good sensation. It's the pressure. What we're talking about.
The point is, I want to go to a sex club to learn stuff I didn't even know I was into. Like I like this idea. You know, I never even thought about slapping titties.
Cuckolding is a thing too. People didn't know until sex clubs.
I
like watching.
I do wonder if I would like to watch somebody like fuck my partner or like suck their dick.
Cuck queen.
Cuck queen. Do you like that?
Yeah. Love
Okay.
it.
You both are into that?
I mean, my man is good, so I'll be sharing his ass. Like, he was great. That's even, Shan came on our show and said the same about her partner. Like,
I'll take Shan's man.
Yeah, you know, listen.
Both of them. They're like the hottest couple. Like,
no, seriously.
That's my fantasy.
Seriously.
Both of them.
Okay, see, they can't really go in a sex club and have somebody look better than them. Because one, you got Shan.
They're
Absolutely
the top.
not.
So it's like...
They have to go to Hollywood, but then there's probably a bunch of fucking weirdos. You know,
That's
they're all like
true.
Scientologists. They're like, God damn
I
it.
say the same.
Not Scientologist.
Bitch, that's my greatest fear in LA.
To fuck a Scientologist?
Yes!
Wait, why?
Girl, so...
What's a Scientologist?
Oh, girl.
You know about Scientology. It's
Weird,
like Tom
famous
Cruise.
people.
Okay.
Like a conspiracy theorist?
It's a religious cult.
Religious.
You need to
cult,
watch
yeah.
it. You like documentaries, right?
Yeah.
You should check
Going
one out
clear on
Silence.
HBO. I'll send it to you.
Dude, did you see the one where they were talking about how the woman was like underground for years?
Yes. Rayna knows everything about Scientology.
Oh,
One
my
night she
God.
told my mom all about it, and my mom was like, Rayna is so informed.
I read the book. I've seen the documentary. I know about it.
And so basically it starts in the building in LA. I could see it from my
I
apartment.
can see it in my head right now.
Bro, that
The
blue
Scientology building?
Yeah, if you
Bitch,
go from
it looks like a
if
church.
you're in like Hollywood, if you're going towards Silver Lake, it's like in that area.
And there's one in when we're going to Times Square, we leave this. You'll see it. I used to live by it on 54th, and I remember strolling in one morning. It was like 6 a.m. I was probably coked up, leaving Brooklyn, and I was like, "Damn, y'all Scientologists!" Huh? I was fucked up. But they were lined up outside to go to church. Didn't Will Smith got into it? There's a lot of celebrities. I did an episode.
Really
of it on
famous people are like a different breed.
And the reason it is
Even when I
because
watched the
there's
Met Gala, I'm
tiers
like,
of money.
They just be bored.
But bitch, they got black people, by the way. So for one, it's different tiers, right? And you can pay to get in there, just like the church, but not really. They start you off with a personality test. They try to like,
They figure out what's wrong with you, like what's wrong in your life.
like your weakness.
yes.
Like what they're for her website. If you sign in, it says what's wrong. Like what do you want to fix?
All right, you
And
guys,
then
we
they'll
know you
fix
guys
it.
got to go. Can we like
This shit was fun.
Ashley has to stop me because she knows I'll talk about.
Well,
this
no,
for the
I'm
rest
just
of the
like,
day.
I know you guys have a hard out.
A Ponzi scheme. I don't know what's going
No,
on.
bro, it's so interesting. And then, did you see where they started getting? They got the what was Nation of Islam,
This is what
bitch.
she do all the time.
They put one in
You
Compton.
think we could be on time anywhere? No, it's because she does shit like this.
I mean, I don't want to cut you off. If you want to talk about Scientology till you guys
No,
gotta go.
I don't. I'm not interested.
Mandy's on her phone.
I'm not interested in this
Ashley knows
conversation
that I'll
at all.
talk about this forever, but I think people want to hear more about like sucking dick and some
Well,
other stuff.
you guys got to go soon. So I just want to like, should we just do like 2 of these? Is this weird?
Yes.
I think we can get through 3 of them
Okay.
quickly.
All right, well,
Ashley
What
has
time
to
is
read
it?
them though.
We can figure it out. What time?
Yeah, we got it.
You'll just
No,
laugh
I'm saying we
about
may
it.
have more time than you think. What time is it?
No, we don't.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So is this weird? Here's the first one. Okay. She says, I have an is this weird that has puzzled me beyond belief. I hooked up with this guy over the weekend. All was well until I was at brunch with my girlfriends the next day. I look in my purse to get my wallet, and there it was, staring me in the face. The used condom from the night before. Who the fuck does this? I never even saw him put it in there. It had to have been when I was in the bathroom afterwards. I have a lot of questions. Is this weird? Why didn't he just throw it away? It makes no sense, but I would love to hear your thoughts. The worst part is he didn't tie it off or anything, so the entire inside of my purse was covered in cum. Rayna's dream, my nightmare. Who is putting
So my only ask would be, was the purse by the bed? Because maybe he just
Did he
pulled
just
off.
fling it?
Because I'm not gonna lie, I woke up and stepped on a condom literally yesterday.
That's a good call.
So if the purse was by the bed for whatever reason, maybe he just threw it off.
But
and
if the
didn't
purse
notice.
was like in the
Whose
kitchen.
house was it?
Right, we
It
need
sounds
more
like
info.
hers. She let. Yeah. Either
it's
way,
her
I just wonder
purse.
where the purse was.
It sounds like he flung it off by accident because he would have tied it off
Yeah,
otherwise. I can't imagine a person
I
like
would
putting
have
a
called his ass so fast.
But
First of
also-
all, this is Saint. There ain't no room for your condom. What the fuck were you thinking about putting this shit?
But also,
in my bed?
My YSL bag is
Also,
covered in cum now.
Jizz doesn't stay
It'll
dries
it'll
really
dry.
fast.
It was probably dried.
So I don't believe that she wouldn't have felt anything in her purse.
Maybe it was just crusty.
No, she might have met crusty. Like she might have been reaching for her Amex, and it's like, you know,
That's nasty.
sticky.
Yeah,
It's
no, that is weird.
WPS.
That's weird, but I need more detail.
I think he just flung it off. I don't think he like purposely put a cum bomb in her purse.
but if he did, then that's just like a weird
is weird.
kink
If
or like
he
a
did,
weird
Please
thing.
get us his email so we can talk to him.
Yes.
Yeah, that's weird.
Amen.
I would love to do. That's one of those call-ins. Like we never really call people, but I want to call his ass.
That's so true. Like we should do like Where Are They Now? Like follow up.
Not aware of it now.
Where is he throwing condoms now? All right. I'm currently seeing this guy that has some weird sex habits. We've been seeing each other for about 2 months now. He's over at my place all the time, so it feels like even longer than that. But basically, he doesn't let me touch his dick. He always has to be on top. When I try to switch positions, he sighs and looks disappointed, so I just keep letting him keep going. I asked him about it, and he said he usually goes soft whenever a girl is on top, so he prefers to be on control. Okay, wait, it gets weirder. I have never given him a blowjob or a hand job or anything touching his dick. First time I tried to initiate sex, we were making out, and I started kissing his neck, then chest, then he flipped me onto my back and just put it in. Afterward, he was like, yeah, I thought you were going to try to give me head earlier, to which I replied, yeah, I was. He said he doesn't need me to do it because he is always turned on enough anyways. I have never touched his penis. What is up with this behavior? He doesn't come too quick, doesn't have a small dick. I've eliminated those reasons. Also, for more context, she says he's 30 and she's 25. So, plenty of experience. I hope it's enough info and you guys can have fun.
Well, that eliminated actually someone I used to deal with.
Okay, so it's
to
not
me,
your
this isn't
ex.
weird.
I thought it was gonna become too quick.
No, this isn't weird. A, it could either be trauma, or B, like I dated an African, and by date, that's a stretch. He was my sugar daddy. But he never wanted head, and we never had sex in any other way but missionary. And that was just what he wanted. He never wanted me. He said that he didn't want me to suck his dick out of respect. He didn't think that that was a respectful act. And then as far as missionary, he felt that it was more intimate. Again, also respectful because we could look at each other. So to me, I've actually had a partner that did that, but I was also getting paid. So I didn't.
It sounds like she's never touched it. Like she's not like jerking him off. It sounds like she's like never guided it into her own pussy. Like she's never touched his dick.
I mean, it was the same with me.
Okay.
The only thing that I could think is that the head could be too intimate for him. Like and he could maybe just be fucking her and doesn't want anything more. And like head might be something he shares. I only have heard that with women, partners that I've had, but yeah, like I've heard guys say they'll only go down on women they're with. And I've also been with girls that will tell me they don't like men going down on them, or that I was the first because they like really want to have like a connection there, which I always feel like it should be the opposite. It seems like the person giving may want that, but I don't know. I don't think it's weird. I don't think people's boundaries are weird, and that sounds like a boundary. I try not to shit on boundaries.
Right, you're right. That's fair. I also just think this is like there's probably trauma. Like I would assume that like
there's trauma there
because it's not even just the head. It's like you can't even touch it down there.
Maybe
so
he
like,
got touched as a child.
I would assume yes that
You just gotta make sure he got no bumps on his dick.
That's true too. If there's something going on there, I would just think if he would go to therapy a few sessions in, the therapist would realize why he can't let someone touch his dick. You know what I mean? Like this shit like always runs pretty deep, I think.
Yeah. And we always say, I mean, listen, you should talk to your partner, you should ask questions, but ultimately if like that person can't satisfy you the way you want, you can't satisfy them, then you don't have to be with them. You know, I know that's like disappointing, but you should talk about it always. And if at the end of the day, this is just like not what you want, it's just maybe not your person. I don't know, but always ask and try to talk about it in a respectful way.
I agree.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay,
Which one? Okay. I was having sex with this guy and he kept spitting in my mouth, but then things took a turn when he grabbed 2 full glasses of water and poured one out onto my vagina while slapping it. And then with the other one, he took large sips and proceeded to spit them out on my vagina. I'm talking large gulps, not just like a little spit to keep it wet. It felt like a waterfall in my pussy, but not in a good way. This was in fact drying me up even more because I was in a huge puddle and his couch cushion was soaked.
Oh my God.
On the couch. I was not picturing that on the couch.
Me neither.
What is
That was his.
Huh?
At least it was
his couch.
Yeah, that's some your
Girl, you ain't the first either.
But he also probably just figured it's water, it'll dry.
Yeah, I would.
You know what I mean? Like it's
That's
water.
true.
It's water.
I mean, it's weird. It's a kink he has for sure about making things wet and gushy, but he should have told you. Like,
Right.
you need to tell me you're into this shit. Like, gulps of water.
Gulps of water.
Like, if you picked up a cup before you fucking spit it on me, no. Well, if you take a sip.
And the slapping, like I can hear it. Like I can hear a wet slap. Like I would be like, what is going on?
I've done this too.
Me too. We
Like
talked about it as a tip.
my man, like even like he could go rounds. So literally, instead of passing the water to me from the water bottle, he'll take a big gulp and literally feed me the gulp of water. And then like they'll be like, we do it with lube. Like I like,
Yeah,
we
but
like
you
the
saying
splashing
we, she was like, what the fuck?
water. Yeah, but no kink shaming here. I mean,
No. She was like, what the fuck? Because you didn't talk to me about it.
I mean,
There's no kink to shame, but the kink that you don't let me in on.
But I think, like I said, if this wasn't a conversation before, you make sure to have that conversation with him after.
Right.
Like, is this something you're into? Are you okay with your couch? Like,
Slapping my pussy is a conversation.
but
you
no,
need
but
to
that's
have.
what I'm saying.
While he's
Also-
pouring a water bottle on it, like that's a production. Like he's like really, that's like a theatrical thing.
But
that
also,
he's,
it
like,
doesn't
pouring
have to be
water in.
weird. If you didn't enjoy it, you can also just be like, hey, I didn't really like when you did that.
Yeah.
This is
There you
taking
go.
me out of the moment. I think like is what I gotta tell you. I don't think I ever told you this. When I was like 22, 23, I dated this beverage director at this restaurant,
not
and
a
we
beverage
always had like so much wine and champagne in our apartment, and like he liked to pour champagne on my pussy and like lick it off.
That's hot.
That is hot.
Champagne was nice.
Because it costs is the price. When you pull out Poland Spring, it's like no.
If it's Dasani, are you kidding me? I feel like this
that is a Pepsi product. Did you guys know that? It's Coke or Pepsi.
We know
Dasani
all
is
about
Coke,
Dasani.
Aquafina is Pepsi. Dasani's my safe word.
they
I
both
hate
taste like
Dasani.
shit.
I talk about Dasani all the
That's
time.
your safe word?
Because I like we were joking because it's like gonna take me out of the mood real quick because I hate it so much. It's like trash
That's
water.
hilarious.
So if some guy poured like that for me, it would be like, get out the Fiji. You can pour it all over me. I don't care. But like if it was Dasani, I'd be like, that's all I'm worth. The Dasani
I have
water.
to be honest though. I think that is a kink that she experienced, and agree, no kink shaming, but the one that you don't tell me. And I think not telling me you're about to pour water and spank my pussy. No.
Well, and it's like a mess. Like it's there's a lot going on. So I just feel like you should be prepared if you're getting doused with anything.
It's extreme behavior to me. It's not like I've noticed it. You know what I mean? It's not like you sort of slipped a finger in. Like it's extreme.
I sort of slipped a finger.
pouring a water bottle, like slapping. Like
Yeah, that's a
it's
lot.
just in a production.
Water going
Like, is
everywhere.
this girl going wild to you?
All this stuff too, like when we hear things like this that sound a little out of the ordinary, we're like, he probably just saw it in a porn and was like, I'm gonna try it. You know what I mean? But it's a conversation first.
100%.
All right, this was so much
So fun.
This
Right
is
at 1
fun.
hour. You guys killed it.
Hey.
I mean, you guys got to go, but plug all your things. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, and your live shows and where they can buy
We
tickets.
are the Whore. Type that in. Horrible Decisions podcast. You can watch us on YouTube if you want to see our theatrics of slapping in water, or you can just listen to us on audio. We have a tour coming up. We are going to be in Atlanta. I know you guys just saw Girls Gotta Eat, but we are Girls Gotta Beat, bitch. Just a black girl show. I'm just playing. No, we have 27 white listeners, and we are looking to
29
have
now.
about 50. So come to Atlanta, come see us in LA, come see us in DC, New York. We've got 2 live shows. You guys got to come to the New York one.
Yeah, we would love to.
It'll be great. But yeah, check us out and check out Rayna and Ashley's episode on our show. It was a lot of fun.
Follow us on Twitter at HorriblePod, on Instagram at horrible_decisions. I'm Mandii. I also have a feminine healthcare line called Official Box Owner. So if you are looking to make sure your pH is right, I do sell boric acid suppositories and apple cider vinegar gummies at officialboxowner.com.
And what are your personal Instagrams?
Oh, and then you could catch me everywhere at Full Court Pumps.
I'm Weezy WTF.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for having us.
Thank you.
Love this.
Thanks,
All right,
girls.
bye.
Bye, girls.
Bye.
And of course, you guys know where to find us, girlsgottaeatpodcast.com for merchandise, live show tickets, especially Austin. We will see you this weekend.
Yes.
Can't wait. And Girls Gotta Eat Podcast on Instagram. I am Ash Hess on Instagram. Look out for that video this week. Rayna is Rayna.Greenberg. Girls_Gotta Eat on Twitter. The Twitter is lit. And YouTube.com/Girls Gotta Eat. Not much there, but we'll put more someday eventually. And that's it. We'll see you guys next week.
Have a good week, guys. We'll see you this weekend.
Bye.